Morning, students. Good morning, everyone. So we are going to continue the investment standard today, accounting standard AS 13 we are doing. We started that, but then we did only few problems. We will have to do few more. Before I start the problems, I just want a revision. Anyone who remember what we have discussed?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes?
Can I revise it?
Yeah?
AS13. In AS13, we learn about the meaning of investment, and then we learn about the forms of investment. In that, we learn
Mhm.
which is the long term and which is the current investment. And we learn the classification of that. How do we identify the long term and short term? In that, ma'am, we see the long term, which means which is held by the business entity more than a 12th month. That is called as a long term investment. And
More than
in
12 months, it is long term. Okay.
long, and which is less than about that, so it is a current investment. And in
Mhm.
current investment we see the co- how do we determine, how do we take the cost or the carrying cost in the long term case, and in the current case we see the cost and the fair value, which is the lower we taken in both case, in current and in long term investment, right, ma'am?
You're talking about the carrying amount?
Yes, ma'am. In a long-term case, carrying amount
Hmm.
and the cost amount, we compared, ma'am, between
No,
that
no.
carrying and the cost
If it is a long-term investment, it has to be taken at the carrying amount should be at lower of or
lower.
something else.
Uh, yes, ma'am. If it is a disposal in case, or the reduce in the value of that investment, long-term investment. So it's a we take in the this which is a value which is this after the dispose, that this amount we taken. No?
No, I'm not talking about the disposal. How will you carry the long-term investments?
How do you
At what
carry the
value should you carry the long-term investments?
whichever is lower than cost and the carrying amount, no, ma'am?
No, that is
In
not
current,
what we discussed. Anyone
mm,
else? What is the carrying amount that should be carried for a long-term investment?
cost,
Yes, yes, it should be carried at cost. And if it is a short term or the current investment, then it should be carried at lower of cost or the
fair
fair
value.
value. Yes. And there is an exception to that rule. What is that exception to that rule? It should be carried at cost, agreed. But
Yes,
then if it has a decline, what do you do?
in long term investment, no, ma'am.
Hmm.
If it is a declining, so we take the value of that which is after the net of the decline amount we taken into the balance sheet.
Where do you take to the where do you take the decline? Where is it taken?
Uh, in balance sheet, no, ma'am, investment.
The decline. I'm asking about the decline. Where do you take the decline amount? The decrease in value.
Okay, means a portion of no that amount which is decreased.
Hmm.
So we taken this in the P&L account, ma'am.
Anyone
And
else?
then we taking the reclassification of investment. In
Hmm.
that we have a rule key, in a long term investment we transfer to the current long term to current investment, we convert to him, reclassified him. So in
Hmm.
that case we have a rule key, which is lower, which is carrying amount and the cost of the long term investment, whichever is lower we taken the reclassification of long term investment. And in current investment we taken the fair value and the fair value and the cost of the investment, we compare them and we taken the lower of that. So this is a
Okay.
reclassification rule,
Okay.
right,
Okay.
ma'am?
Yes. Done.
And
Okay.
also we see the illustrations regarding the interest, and we calculate the in the books of investor, who are the investor. In that we see,
Okay.
ma'am, ki X come interest and the nominal value we see, and how to we calculate, we see the sale proceed, and we see the purchase in the illustration.
Okay. 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 Yeah. So, the investment chapter, we started with the definitions and the scope, and then we have seen what are covered under this standard, what are covered under, I mean, what are not covered under the standard. When you ever talk about scope, mostly it will tell you the exclusions, what are excluded in the standard, right? So, this standard also has few exclusions. In the exclusions, we have seen that the income part of the investments is not covered because it is covered from the standard AS9, and even the leases are not covered, and then retirement benefit plans and life insurance enterprises investments are also not covered. Mutual funds, venture capital funds, these are also not covered, right? Because these have a specific regulatory authority which guides them how to value your investments, and also we have a different valuation pattern for them, so these are not covered under this standard. And we saw the definition of investment. Investment has three things to be covered. I mean, if you have to call it as an investment, three things we will mostly check. One, it should be held for earning income. The other one is capital appreciation, and the other one is any other benefits that you get. Like I told you about the bonus and the rights issue that you get as another benefit for any investments. And other than that, we also discussed about the fair value and market value definition. Fair value, we generally say it should be exchanged between a knowledgeable willing buyer and a willing seller at an arm's length transaction. And market value, in the open market, if you have to sell your investment, what is the amount that you obtain in that sale after the expenses? That would be your market value. But for calculating the fair value, you take the NRV or the market value as an evidence or a base for calculating the fair value. In few circumstances, calculating the fair value will not be so easy. It depends on the quoted market or unquoted market. So accordingly, you will try to determine what is the fair value. Then we saw the classifications. Current investments means it should be less than 12 months. Long term is something that has a long term benefit, or which the company has an intention to hold it for more than 12 months, then it is categorized as long term investments. This was classification that we have seen. And we also have seen what should be added, all the acquisition charges or any fair value of the securities issued. I told you when there is an exchange, you will have to either check for the fair value of asset given up or the fair value of investment acquired, whichever is more clearly evident. When we were talking about PPE, we have given a priority that this should be taken first, then comes the next one. But then here we will see what is more clearly evident and then take that. Then the cost of rights issue shares that you have subscribed. And I didn't talk about these. It is because I told once we do a problem, it will be more clear. Later we move to this carrying amount. In this carrying amount, we will have to see what should be the carrying value of our investments. If it is current, it should be at lower of cost and in fair value. And if it is long term, it should be carried at cost. But both of them have an exception, or both of them have that kind of thing that if there is a reduction in fair value, if the fair value is coming down, then what you will have to do, you will have to debit it to P&L statement, right? That is one thing. And they have to be valued individually. In any investments have to be valued individually. But when you talk about long term, they told it should be carried at cost. But if there is a decline, and that is also a reason which is other than temporary reason, only then you can take the difference to the P&L statements. Otherwise, no, right? If it is a other than temporary reason, which means almost like a permanent reason which affects the organization, then yes, you can take the difference or loss to the P&L statement. Otherwise, it should be carried at cost only. That is about the long-term investments. Then we saw the reclassification part. What if you want to convert a long term to current or current to long term? Then what do you do? This should be the carrying amount that you will have for the investments. If you are converting from long term to current, then you will see whether lower of cost or carrying amount, and what is the value, you will have to check and show it as your carrying value. We have seen that, and I didn't go to the disclosure part since I told I will discuss that in the end. Now we'll do this problem. I hope all are back. had a quick revision of what we discussed in the last class, so we'll start a problem. So let us start this question. Illustration 6. Yes. So on 1/4/2011, Mr. Krishnamurthy purchased 1,000 equity shares. 1,000 equity shares of 100 each in Telco Limited at 120 each from a broker who charged 2% brokerage. Now, this is the nominal value. This is the nominal value. 100 each. Each share is costing 100. That's the nominal value. But you didn't purchase for 100. You purchased for 120. You purchased for 120. Right? And you also had 2% brokerage for that purchase because you purchased it through a broker. Right? And he incurred 50 paise per rupees 100 as a cost of share transfer stamps, right? As a cost of transfer of stamps, he had to incur 50 paise per rupees 100. This is what they're saying, right? So this also will be a cost for you, which should be added to the cost of investment. So two things have to be added in our cost of investment along with the purchase price. One is the brokerage and the other one is the transfer cost of shares transfer ka stamps ka transfer, right? And then on 31st January, bonus was declared in the ratio 1:2. 1:2 is the ratio of bonus issue. Before and after the record date of bonus shares, the shares were quoted at 175 per share and 90 per share, which means before the bonus issue, it was 175. After the bonus issue, it came down to 90 per share. That is the details that they have given. Now, at the year-end date, on 31st March, Krishnamurthy has sold bonus shares to a broker who charged again 2% commission. For sale also he's charging commission, right? Now, which shares did he sell? He had 1,000 equity shares purchased. After that, he got bonus. Now, he didn't purchase these, he didn't sell these shares. He sold only the bonus shares is what they're saying, right? He sold bonus shares to a broker who charged 2% as a brokerage. Now, they're asking you to show the investment account in the books of Mr. Krishnamurthy, who held the shares as current investment. So the intention of the person is to hold it as a current investment, right? And the closing value of the investment shall be made at cost or market value, whichever is lower. Obviously, the standard itself told us that any current investments have to be carried at cost or fair value or market value, whichever is lower. So you'll have to check what is the cost, what is the market value, whichever is lower should be your carrying value at the end of the year, right? Is the question clear to you? Is the question clear to you? In the question, they clearly are telling you 1,000 shares are purchased, then a bonus issue was done in between, and they have sold also bonus shares to the broker. So they're asking you to just prepare the investment account, how all these have to be accounted for. Let us start doing. I want you all to do it with me. Do it along with me. What was the first date that we have? The purchase was on 1st April 2011, right? 1/4/2011. You had a purchase. So the purchase, what is the journal entry? When you made a purchase, what is the journal entry?
Investment account debit to purchase account.
Put it in the chat box, please.
Okay.
When you have purchased an investment, you'll have to debit investment account and credit what? Why only two people are responding? What happened to others? Others also, I want to respond. Morning, it is sleepy. Everybody's sleeping. Okay. To cash or bank. Okay, agreed. To cash or bank. Right. But what is the cost? We can't directly write what is the cost because we have other things also involved in it. So we will do a working note for this. What is the purchase price? How much did we purchase for? How many shares did we purchase? We have purchased 1,000 at 120. So what is the value?
$1,20,000.
The brokerages,
2,400.
they also told we have the transfer charges.
$0.50 per share.
The total cost is 1,23,000. And what is the final value? Is 1 lakh. How did we get 1 lakh? We have purchased 1,000 shares, and each one of the share is cost. I mean, the nominal value of each share is 100. So the nominal value is 1 lakh, but you have purchased it for 1,23,000. Right? Done. Now, after this, what happened? After this, what happened? There was a bonus that is declared on 31st January 2012, right? So 31st January 2012, you have a bonus. Now, is bonus for free or some value have to be paid? I clearly told you about the bonus and the rights issue. So bonus, is it for free or you have to pay something for it? Free, Paka? You don't have to
Yes.
pay any rupee for it. It is for
No
free,
cost,
right?
ma'am. No
Hmm.
cost for that.
So I'm going to take 2 bonus shares. How many shares did we get? Let's calculate that. They told the ratio is 1:2 very clearly. So we have
500 shares, ma'am.
Cost will be nil. You don't have any cost attached to it. It is because it is for free. That is also done. It is on 31st January 2012. We had a bonus. This is done. Now, next they have given you the share prices before and after the bonus issue. After that, at the year-end date, he has sold all the bonus shares, right? So when there is a sale, you will have to write it on the credit side because it is a on 31st March we have sold. It will be by bank, but how much is the value? Let us calculate this also. 500 shares were only sold because it is clearly told in the question that the bonus shares, whatever he received, were sold. So 500 shares were sold. But how much price did we sell it for? Here, the price that we sold is not clearly, given. But then we have two different prices given. One is before the bonus and after the bonus. Before bonus, it is 175, and after bonus, it is 90. So which price you must have sold these shares for? Is it 175 or 90?
90.
Right. Everybody agree that it is 90? Okay, good. So you sold these shares for 90. 500 into 90. What is the sale proceeds? Calculate the sale.
45,000.
44. Okay.
45.
Okay. But we also have the brokerage, which is at 2%. Calculate the brokerage.
900.
900.
Okay.
44,100.
How? I'm calculating the profit on this sale. How will you know whether you have a profit or loss on sale? Generally, what is the formula for calculating any profit or loss on sale? You will have to take the sale proceeds minus whatever is the cost of that particular purchase. That will give you profit or loss. Everybody agree? Sale proceeds minus cost will give you the profit or loss. Sometimes it can be profit, sometimes it will be loss. It depends on how much you sold it for. In this example that we are doing, we know what is the sale proceeds. It is 44,100. We know that. But what is the cost? We sold which shares? We sold the 1,000 shares that we purchased, or the bonus shares. We sold the bonus shares, and the bonus shares cost is zero. Everybody knows that. cost of the bonus shares is 0, right? But when we are calculating this profit or loss, we will have to take the average cost of investment. How do we calculate the average cost of investment? We will have, I'll go back here. Look at this table. What is the total cost for both the shares together? Both the shares together, the cost is only 1,23,000.
1,23,000.
For how many shares is this? It is for 1,50,000. Along with the bonus. 1 lakh that you have purchased and 50,000 which you have received as bonus. So this 123 is the cost for both the purchase and the bonus. Because the bonus cost is 0, you will have to take an average of these two, then you will take it this way and see what is the value, right? So this calculation we are going to do here to calculate the average cost. It is 1,23,000 divided by 1,50,000 into 50,000. Because I'm doing it for bonus, I'm taking into 50. Calculate the cost.
41,000.
41. Is it right? 41? Okay. So is it profit or loss then?
Profit, man.
Okay. Profit on sale. How much is the profit on sale?
3,100.
Clear, no? How we calculated sale proceeds? It is after the brokerage. And how did we calculate average cost of investment? Nothing but taking the total average of the cost that we have purchased and bonus that we have received. If you take that average, then you will know what is the average cost of investment. Sale proceeds, we anyway know cost is calculated. Then you will know what is the profit or loss on that particular sale. It's done. Now let us fill this table. So what is the sale proceeds that we had? We have calculated sale proceeds. No, how much is that? I think it is 44,100. Right? So you have sold 50,000, 500 shares, the nominal value of which is 50,000 for 44,100. But you also had profit, right? That profit has to be taken to P&L statement. Let us also write that to P&L account. What is the profit we got? I think some 3,100. This is also on 31st March 2012. Clear? Now calculate the balancing figure and tell me it is on which side. The balancing figure is on which side. Calculate the balancing figure. Because we don't have any other transactions in the question. The question only talked about purchase, then bonus, then a sale. That's it. After that, they're asking you to calculate the closing value of investments, which should be at cost or market value, whichever is lower. Calculate the balancing figure. Or okay, let us do this way because it is cost or calculate this value. T2600, okay. Now this is the cost. How did I arrive at this value? Is everybody understanding it? The same way how I have arrived for bonus. The total cost is 123 divided by 150 because it is including the purchase and the bonus shares. And I multiplied it with 50,000, then I know what is the cost of investment of bonus shares. Now, what is the average cost of the purchase that I've taken like this? Okay. Is it 82,000 or 82,600? I got two different answers.
82,000.
Oh,
82,000.
not 600. 82,000. Now, how will we calculate market value? For market value, we are going to take the price that is existing before or after. It should be after only, because only after the bonus issue we will know what is the price existing in the market. So we will have to take 90. So 1,000 into 90 will be 90,000. Whichever is lower. So which value will be showing in the books of accounts? 82,000. Everybody will agree 82,000 is the lower value.
I think it will be 82,600, ma'am.
Check again, no? Because few are saying 82, few are saying 82,600. Just calculate.
मैम जो कॉस्ट है 1,23,600 है, तो इसमें ऐड करके 3,100 इट विल बी 126,700 and minus it will be 44,100.
Where you're talking about what? You're talking about the average cost of the.
Yes, ma'am. 82,600.
But most of them are saying 82,000 only, na? Just check again, no? 1,23,000 divided by 1,50,000 into 1 lakh. 1,23,000, no, not 1,23,600.
Okay, ma'am, I will check again. Thank you.
So the lower of the value is 82,000. So I'm going to carry my investments at 82,000. That is very clear, correct? So here I will have to show it at 82,000. And I have 1 lakh as my nominal value. This will be on 31st March 2012. Click it. Totals. Tell me the total of the cost column.
$1,26,100.
Okay. This, if you say balancing figure also, it is fine. But then according to the standard also, it should be at cost or market value, whichever is lower. Since the cost is only lower here, this balancing figure is matching to your, cost or market value, whichever is lower. If it market value was lower, then this will not match. You will have to make an adjustment for P&L statement, right? Done? Shall I move on?
Ma'am, could you please explain, while selling the bonus shares, we are also considering cost, right? Ma'am, how do this works out? As it is diluting the shares, that's the reason why we are considering cost, right?
We show the cost here in our table. I mean, in the investment account, we are not showing the cost because we got it for free. But when we are calculating the sale proceeds or when we are doing other calculations, you will try to see what is the average cost of investments. It is because you can say that it is for free, but still, why did you get it for free? It is because you made a purchase. You already are an existing shareholder. Only because of that you got this benefit, no? Not like, everybody will get that benefit. Only because you already have a share in that.
Yeah, ma'am. The share price EPS is getting diluted. Like, I mean,
EPS, we will not calculate here, no? I mean, you're generally asking if it will be diluted. Are you asking in general?
no. That's the reason why we are considering cost,
Huh.
right? Like
Yes.
like,
Because it will finally dilute. Yes.
yeah. Ma'am, could you please explain like how will this investment account works out for X bonus and
Next bonus, matlab?
like in case we few shareholders might not get bonus, right?
But no, bonus to everybody will hit. Everybody will get bonus, no? There's no option of saying no to it. Rights issue, you can say, I mean, I don't want to buy it. But bonus is free. Who will say no? Yes or no?
I
Generally,
mean,
when
will there be any concept of X bonus and cum bonus? Like
that we
someone
have
might buy after like
not X bonus
in
and cum bonus.
between.
This X interest and cum interest, we have a question that we will do. We have one question on that X and cum interest that we will do.
Only for debentures, right?
Yes, yes.
Like we don't have the concept in CA Inter, right? Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, like how will this works out for current and long term
Which one?
investment?
The same account?
This like for the shares, yeah, ma'am.
Now, in the end, what did we do? In the end, in the last, I want everybody to listen this. In the end, in the fifth working note, when we were doing this, we have calculated both cost and market value, and we have seen whichever is lower. Right here, what does this mean? Carrying amount. We are considering that the carrying amount should be at cost or market value, whichever is lower. Right? Cost or market value. Now, that was told in the standard for current investments. But what was told for the long term investments? It should be carried at cost. Agreed? So you will not even check for what is the market value. You will directly show whatever is the cost, average cost. As a long term investment. If the question says these have to be treated as a long term investment, then no point in
Okay.
calculating market value. You will directly show it at cost only. No checking for lower of what. You will show it at cost only. Yeah. That's the only difference. When you're doing the balancing figure,
Cost.
the
Okay,
carrying
ma'am.
amount part, when you're doing, you will have to see whether it should be at cost or market value, whichever is lower if it is correct. And only at cost if it is long-term investment.
Long-term investment. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, one more thing.
Yes,
You have your own firm in Vishakhapatnam, right?
please. We'll not do that now. Okay. Yeah. Someone else was
Okay,
asking something.
ma'am.
मैम हेलो आई हैव क्वेश्चन कि जैसे हमने रादर देन बैलेंसिंग फिगर लेने की जगह पर हमने वर्किंग नोट निकाला फॉर द कैलकुलेशन ऑफ एवरेज कॉस्ट फॉर द बैलेंसिंग फिगर विच इज बैलेंस कैरिड डाउन विच इज
The
1 lakh and
82,000
80.
part.
यस मैम सो फिर अगर बैलेंसिंग फिगर भी निकाला तो भी चलेगा ना इन द कैलकुलेशन
It will be same in case you are having cost as lower. In your cost or fair value, whichever is lower, if your cost is lower, your balancing figure and this cost will be same. There will not be any difference. But if suppose your market value is lower, then what happens is you will have a difference. That difference should go to P&L statement.
ओके मैम एंड मुझे एक समझ में नहीं आया जो 175 रुपीज प्राइस दिए बिफोर द बोनस इशू
It is before bonus.
कंसिडर नहीं
No, we
करेंगे
are
ना
not going to use it anywhere. Yeah. Because we didn't, sell it before bonus, no? We sold it after bonus. We didn't sell it before bonus.
if we sold the before the bonus, so in that case, what is the scenario of cost and the cost and the
If we
balance?
sold before bonus, if we
Yes,
sold
ma'am.
before bonus, matlab you didn't have bonus shares only. Now how will you sell them? In the question here, it is that they're telling you that you sold bonus shares only. Now, so it should be after bonus only. It can't be before.
Okay. एंड अगर जैसे हमने परचेस किया था पहले विदाउट बोनस वी एक्सक्लूड द बोनस जस्ट एग्जांपल वी एक्सक्लूड इन दिस illustration bonus we see only purchase and sale transaction of the shares which are the equity shares. मैम इन दैट केस अगर हम सेल करेंगे सो 175 रुपीज पर करेंगे ना सेलिंग तो
Which
सेल
one?
प्रोसीड
Which
होगा.
one?
In this case, I just changed the bonus share is not in this case. We just
Hmm.
take in the purchase and the sale
Hmm.
transaction of the shares. And in that case, we have only taken the before the bonus issue price, no ma'am? Or the
If you
90
sold it before bonus, yes. If 1,000 shares, whatever you purchased, you sold it before bonus, then you will sell it for 175. Yes.
ओके. अगर हम एंड पर करेंगे तो 90 रुपीज रहेंगे ना जस्ट अगर
Yes.
देखेंगे तो. ओके मैम अंडरस्टूड मैम.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am,
Louder, no? Little bit louder.
now, ma'am,
More,
is it
more
okay?
louder, please.
Am I audible now, ma'am?
Yeah. Tell me.
Ma'am, because we had a bonus share, we are doing this average cost, ma'am.
Yes.
Otherwise, we will take only the cost of whichever is remaining.
If you don't have bonus, then the cost is only 123, no, directly. Directly, we can say the cost of those 1,000 shares is 123. But since we had a bonus and there was no cost for bonus, you will have to take an average to see. With the bonus together, we had 150, 1,500 shares. So what will be the cost of both of them together?
Okay.
And you might have sometimes rights issue also, and other purchases, two or more purchases also will be there. So in such cases, you will have to take an average of all of them.
Okay.
When you will not take average, when you will not take averages, when they clearly told that I made a sale from this purchase. Okay, if they clearly told you that I mean sold. Now these 500 shares were sold, no, in this example. Those 500 shares are from the first purchase. Then do you think you'll have to do all this average part and all? Not needed, no. Agreed, everyone? This question is for everyone. When suppose in the question it is told that I sold 500 shares, but those 500 shares are not from bonus issue, or it is not from, they clearly told that that is from the first lot of 1,000 shares that you have purchased, then you don't have to do average cost calculation and all. Directly pick the cost of this. I think we have such kind of question also. We'll do that. We'll do.
Okay.
Don't worry. Now look at this question. Illustration 7. So in illustration 7, what happened? Mr. X purchased 500 equity shares of 100 each in Omega company. This 100 will be what? Nominal value, correct? 100 will be nominal value. And what did he purchase for? This is the purchase value. In the previous question, what happened? They gave you a per share value. They gave you percentage of brokerage, stamp duty separately as a percentages. And then you have calculated what is the cost. But here, cost is directly given to you, right? Some years later, company resolved to capitalize its profits and to issue holders of equity shares 1 equity bonus shares for every share held by them. Then the bonus ratio here is 1:1. If you hold 1 share, you get 1 more share for free. And before capitalization, this is the market value. And after capitalization, this is the market value, the quoted price. And they told Mr. X sold bonus shares and received 90 per share because he sold it for 90 per share, right? They're asking you to prepare investment account on an average cost basis. Can you do this? Can you do this? Hello, are you all there? Is it easy? It is almost the same question that we have done right now, right? Almost the same. Nothing, difference you have. You have to do the same way. But first purchase, and then second one you will do the bonus. Third one you will do the sale. See whether it is a profit or loss and the balancing figure. That's it. I want you all to try this because it is almost a similar question. There's no much difference also. We'll try new questions. I wanted to do different kind of questions so that you will have a clarity on other concepts also. Second question will be, boring also for you. So I want you to try this. Eighth question I'll discuss later. Let us first do the ninth one. Okay, look at this question, ninth one. So read what is given in the question. Someone is asking market value and nominal value both are same. No, both are not same. Nominal value means the value. See, this is the nominal. In this question, if you see, they told nominal value is 10 rupees, right? This is nominal value or par value, we can say, right? But what is market value? If you have to go to the market and buy that particular company ka share today in the market, what is the price? For example, in this question, they are purchasing it at 16 per share. So this will be market value. But nominal value will remain same. It will never change. It will not move up and down. But the market value keeps moving from now here it is 16. Somewhere they told 15. Somewhere else they will change it, right? So because it is market value, it keeps changing. But nominal value will remain same because it is the face value or the par value of that particular share. Okay. This was one question I got in the chat box. We will have to show all the working notes. Some are asking, should we show the working notes? Yes. How will I know? Now, if you do this table, only this table, can anyone understand how you got this 123? How you got this 3,144, 100? How did you get? How will examiner know? How did you calculate it? Right? Just doing the table will not give you marks. You will have to show the working notes also. Showing working notes is very important in accounts. Basically, in accounts, working notes are very important. You can't ignore them, right? So each of them have to be clearly shown with any information, important information that have to be written also, right? So these working notes you will have to show. I think other questions mostly are answered. If I skipped anything, put it again.
Ma'am, I have one doubt. Like in case of too many slots, in case we invest in like too many different dates, like different investments. Which method we need to follow? Weighted average or FIFO? Or like
that depends on the question also. Sometimes in the question itself they will mention you FIFO or see here it is given average cost. Can you see? The shares have to be valued at average
yeah,
cost.
ma'am. I got
Somewhere
it.
it will
Okay,
be
ma'am.
given FIFO also. I think one question they will mention FIFO somewhere. I'll
Okay,
show you.
ma'am.
Mostly
They'll mention, right?
Mostly
okay,
they will.
Thank you,
If
ma'am.
nothing is mentioned, you can write a note in the working note saying that since nothing is mentioned, I am following an average cost basis, and then you do the average and continue it. You can do that.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, let us do this question. So what is given on 1st April? Sundar had 25,000 equity shares of X Limited at book value 15 per share. Now, these 25,000 equity shares are not purchased now. This is not a purchase now on 1st April. This is a balancing figure that we already have. Means this was purchased long time back, maybe last year. We don't know the date of purchase, but today when we are starting the investment account, the balance that you have with you is 25,000 equity shares with a book value of 15 per share. Done. Now, after that, on 26, we purchased another 5,000 shares, right? So we already had 25,000 equity shares. Later, we have purchased 5,000 more equity shares. And this was purchased at 16. And we already had 25,000, which is at book value of 50. These two are clear. Now let us move on. The directors of X Limited has announced a bonus and a rights issue. And no dividend, this is very important, no dividend was payable on these shares, which means if they declared a dividend, but that dividend will not be paid on bonus and rights issue, it seems. So only on the shares you have generally purchased, whatever purchase shares you have, only on those you will get your bonus, dividend. You will not get dividend on the bonus and the rights issue. Is this clear? That depends on the company. Most of them don't want to give it on bonus and rights because it is already for free or it is already at a discounted price. Again, giving dividend on them, people don't prefer. The companies don't prefer. So here they clearly told that on bonus and rights issue there is no dividend. So you only get dividend on the 25,000 shares that you have purchased and the next 5,000 shares that you have purchased. Done. Then the terms of issue are as follows. Bonus issue is 1:6, rights issue is 3:7, and the price is 15 per share, right? Due date of payment is 30th September 2011. When did they issue rights issue? 31st August, and the due date is like within a month. Bonus issue was on 16th August. These dates are important because you have to go in an order, correct? What was the first purchase? Then is it a bonus or is it a rights issue? Then rights issue. So this, if you don't follow this order, that 1:6, 3:7, that will go wrong. Okay. So writing them in order is also important. You can't write rights issue first because they gave bonus first, then they gave the rights issue. So accordingly, that order have to be followed. Done. Now you had a rights issue, and then what did the shareholders do? The shareholders were entitled to transfer the rights in full or in part, which means when rights issue is there, what happens in rights issue is you have a right. You have a right to purchase it at 15 per share. If you want, you can utilize that right, or you can also sell that right to someone else. It is up to you, right? Now, what did this person do? He sold 33% of the right for a consideration of 2 per share. So he sold the right, he didn't sell the shares. Is that clear, everyone? It is the sale of right, it is not sale of a share. He didn't sell any shares here. He just sold the right to a different person. When a right is sold to a different person, now who is that person? Shaker, right? Shaker will have a right to buy those shares for 15 per share. Now, I am not selling shares. I just gave him a right. He will have that right to buy it at 15 per share. Is this clear? Selling rights and selling shares are different. Clear, no? Are you all there?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the next part is about the dividends. So they told dividends for the year ended 31st March at the rate 20%. They already declared 20% dividend, but it was received on 31st October 2011. Dividends for shares acquired by him on 20th 6, which means the 5,000 shares that he has purchased, the dividend received on that is adjusted against the cost of purchase. Okay, we'll see how this works. I'll tell you when we are doing the problem. And on 15th November, Sundar sold 25,000 equity shares at a premium of 5 per share. At a premium of 5 per share means he must have sold it at what price? Can anyone tell me this? They told he sold it at premium of 5 per share, which means what is the
20,
same?
20 rupees, ma'am.
What is the selling price? Not
20
20.
rupees per share.
No,
15.
First, we have to find out the average cost of total.
15. Nominal value plus the premium. Nominal value is 10, so plus 5 premium, which is 15 per share. Okay. You are required to prepare investment account and P&L account also. For your exercise, assume that the books are closed on 31st December 2011 and shares are valued at average cost. Okay. So in this question, it is like a mixed question where you have balancing figure already there existing. Then you have a purchase, then you have a bonus, then you have a rights issue, then you have a transfer of rights, then you have dividends also in this question, and you also have the sale part also. So everything is covered almost in this question. If you do this question almost, you must have covered everything in the investments chapter, right? Okay, let us do this now. I'll give you a break after this question. Okay, so be patient. Let us finish this and then we'll take a break. on 1/4/2011. What is the balance that we have? 25,000 equity shares. This is not purchase, so I'm writing to balance brought down. Is that clear? Why am I not writing cash or bank? It is because it is not the purchase on that date. It is the balancing figure as on that date, right? And what is the value? It is 15 per share. Can you calculate this? 25,000 into 15 per share.
3,75,000.
The next one is a purchase on 20th June 2011. 26 2011. It will be to bank. We have purchased 5,000 shares. 5,000 shares are purchased for 16 per share. They didn't give you any kind of brokerage or other expenses, so you can directly take the cost.
80,000.
80. Okay, the next one is the bonus and the rights issue. So bonus was on 16/8. So 16/8/2011. How many shares did we get? They told it is 1:6, right? Let's calculate that. We had 25,000 shares in the beginning and we purchased 5,000 shares later. This will be 30,000 shares into what is the ratio of bonus?
1:6.
1:6, so it will be 1/6. This will be 5,000 shares. So you got 5,000 shares extra and there is no cost attached to it, so it will be nil. This is also done. Next one is the bonus. Bonus is 3:7 on 31st August. But you can't take 31st August because 31st August is the date that we have announced. But due date for payment is 30th September, right? So you will mostly receive the payment on 30th September only. Okay. Now let us calculate this rights issue first. How many shares did we have? We had already 25,000 shares. 5,000 was purchased. 5,000 was bonus. So total 35,000 shares. And what is the ratio of rights issue? 3:7. 3/7. So what is the total shares?
15,000.
Okay, 15,000 shares. Did we buy all of them? Did we buy all the 15,000 shares? No, right? They clearly told that we had a sale of the right to a person, Shaker. So let us calculate that first. Why did they take 1/3 is here? They told that Sundar has sold 33.33% of his entitlement. Excuse me. which means out of the total shares, he actually should get 15,000 shares as his rights issue. But in that 1/3, he has sold it to a different person called Shaker. So he sold how many rights? 5,000. 5,000 rights were sold for how much price? They told it is 2 per share. Going into 2. This will be 10,000. Remaining 10,000 shares, or you can also write it this way. 15,000 shares may 2/3 is left with you because 1/3 you sold, 2/3 is left with you. This 2/3, which is 10,000 shares, you must have purchased it for how much price? How much price this rights issue will be purchased for? Can you see that in the question? 15 per share. Can you see this value? Rights issue is on 15 per share, right? This will be how much?
1,50,000.
Okay. We got 10,000 shares, which is at 1,50,000. Is this clear? We got 10,000 shares at 1,50,000. Remaining 5,000 shares were sold. What will happen to that value of 10,000? Anyone? That 10,000, whatever we had, will go to your P&L statement only. Yes. Sale of rights. How much did we sell? 10,000. Because this can't be taken to your, investment account because it is just a sale of rights entitlement, right? So it has to be taken to your P&L statement. I'm showing P&L statement also. Just beside it is just an extract because we can't prepare the P&L account completely. I'm doing the extract of P&L statement. So one thing that goes here is the sale of rights, which is 10,000. So what will happen to that 10,000? Mostly people will have that question. We have only recorded 1,50,000. So this 10,000 will go to P&L. This though we have shown in investment account, so no worries about that. Right, next one. So bonus is done, rights is done. The next part of selling the or transferring the rights also is done. Next is dividends, right? So this dividend was paid on 31st October, correct? So on 31st October, when dividends are paid, how much dividends is paid? Let us calculate that first. Now, we already had a balance of 25,000 shares. For this 25,000 shares, what is the nominal value? 10 rupees, right? Into what is the percentage of dividend that is given to you? 20%. They clearly told dividend is issued or declared at 20%, right? So into 20%. How much is this value?
50,000.
Okay, 50,000. Now, look at this. Look at this. This 5,000 shares is nothing but the shares that we have purchased on 20th/6. If you see here, they told 20th/6/2011, whatever shares you have purchased, the dividend on that particular purchase is adjusted against the cost of purchase. Can you see that? So now what we are going to do is you are going to calculate the dividend on this separately. What is the dividend on this separate? What is the value? 10,000 or 10,000. Now, this 50,000 will have to go to P&L statement. This has to go to P&L account. Generally, any dividend that you received will go to P&L statement, right? This 10,000 also has to ideally go to P&L statement. But in the question, they told that this purchase was, this dividend was adjusted against the cost of purchase. So this will go to your investment account now, okay? Is on 30th, 1st October 2011. Dividend of how much? 10,000. Only 10,000 is adjusted against the investments. Only 10,000 I'm taking here. Remaining part of 50,000 will go to your P&L statement. Dividend. Is this clear? Everyone, I wrote dividend in two different places. One in the investment account and the other one in the P&L statement. P&L statement, what did I take? The dividend on the balancing figure or the number of shares that you already had. That dividend I have taken to P&L statement. The purchase that I made later, on that dividend I have adjusted in my cost or in my investment account. I didn't take dividend on bonus and rights issue. Did you notice that? I've only taken dividend on these 25,000 shares and I sent it to P&L statement. These 5,000 shares which I've adjusted in the investment account. I didn't take the dividend on these two because they clearly told in the question that dividend is not issued on the bonus and rights issue. Are we clear? Dividend is clear. Shall I move on? Because later you will have question why only 10,000 was written here, 50,000, why did it go to P&L statement and all that? Just give me a thumbs up and I'll move on about the dividend part. Or let us clarify here only. Okay. I'm assuming everybody is clear. Moving on. Yeah. Okay. Next is what? Next is sale. So how many shares did we sell? We sold it on 15 November 2011. We sold 25,000 shares at 5 per share, which is like 15 per share we have sold. So next one is by bank account on 15/11/2000. 25,000 shares were sold for 15 per share. What is the value? Calculate the value.
3,75,000.
Okay. There is no brokerage or anything else. So we didn't calculate anything. Directly the sale proceeds will be the total value. Now, profit or loss on the sale. For calculating profit or loss on sale, what do we need? We will need cost. If you remember, sale proceeds minus cost is what we have done earlier also, right? Same way we will have to do it here also. For this, we will need cost. So how much is the cost? For calculating this cost of investment, you will have to take average of all of them, right? So I'll go back to the table. What is the value we have in our table? 3,75,000, 80, and 1,50,000. Can you see the four values?
₹6,05,000, ma'am.
3,75,000. And there was no cost for bonus. But what was the cost for the second one? 3,75,000, 80, and 1.
80,000 and 150.
Now, along with this, I am also going to take this value. which is the 10,000, because this has to be adjusted against the cost of investment. This also have to be taken there as a negative figure. Okay.
So we deduct from cost
This is the total cost that we have. This 3,75,000 is the balancing figure that we had in the opening. 80,000 was the purchase that we made. Bonus, we don't have cost, so I didn't take that. This 150 is the rights issue ka price. And this 10,000 is nothing but the dividend that is adjusted against the cost of investment. So this is the total cost. You have to divide this by what? How many shares we had? Initially, we had 25,000 shares. Then we had a bonus of 5,000. Then we had then we had purchase of 5,000. Then we had bonus of 5,000. Then we had rights issue of 10,000. Everybody agree to this? The denominator 25,000 was the opening balance. 5,000 was purchase. 5,000 was bonus. 10,000 was rights issue. Clear? The denominator and numerator both are clear.
मैम
Yeah.
मैम सेल वैल्यू नहीं आएगी कॉस्ट में सेल वैल्यू क्यों नहीं आएगी मैम कॉस्ट में
I didn't get you. Can you be a little clear?
3,75,000 क्यों नहीं आएगी बोले मैम कॉस्ट में कैलकुलेशन के टाइम
3,7,000. This 3,75,000 is the balancing opening balance, no?
मैम पर वो सेल किया है ना शेयर फोल्ड किया है तो फिर वो डिडक्ट होगा ना
Sorry, I didn't get your question. Can you repeat the question?
मैम 10,000 हमने 10,000 माइनस किया तो 3,75,000 भी माइनस करना होगा ना
Why 3,75,000 minus? This 3,75,000 is not the sale value. I'm talking about these values. Can you see? That's why I showed the table. 3,75,000, 80,000. I took the total cost of all the investments that we have made till date. I'm not taking 3,75,000 from the sale value. Are you clear now?
ओके मैम
Unmute yourself. No, I could hear some noises. Now, this average cost I will have to calculate for how many number of shares? 25,000 number of shares. Why only 25,000? Because I made a sale for only 25,000 shares. I am doing the average cost calculation also for 25,000 shares. So what is the cost? Calculate the cost.
Ma'am, 3,30,555 decimal 555.
So 330,555. Is that right?
330,555.
Okay, 555. I'm rounding it off to 6. Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let us calculate profit or loss. Sale proceeds is, we just have calculated about 3,75,000. This one, sale value, minus cost, which is 330,556. So I think it is profit only. How much is the profit? Okay, 44,444. P&L account 44,444. Are we done calculating the profit? Yes or no? Did everyone get that profit taken to the P&L statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, how much will go to bank here? How much will go to bank here? 25,000 shares are sold at 3,75,000. So I'm taking 3,75,000 sale value here. The profit or loss on that sale have to be taken into P&L statement. So I'm showing the P&L statement 44,444. So this has to also go here to the P&L statement. So profit on sale 44,444. Here.
Means, ma'am, we taken two effects of that, no? Profit on the sale.
Now, look at the question. I'll go back to the question. Did they say that it should be, the carrying value should be at cost or fair value, whichever is lower? No, they told it should be carried or the shares have to be valued at average cost. So what I will do is I will have to show a balancing figure in the end at my average cost only. How will I calculate the average cost? Same way how I have calculated this, I will calculate that also. Average cost of closing investments. $3,75,000 plus 80,000 plus 1,50,000 minus 10,000 divided by 25,000 plus 5,000 plus 5,000 plus 10,000. How many shares are left in? How many number of shares are left? You had 25,000 plus 5,000 plus 5,000 plus 10,000, total 45,000 shares. 25,000 shares are already sold. So what is your closing value of shares? 20,000. So I'm going to calculate this average cost only for 20,000 shares. What is this value? This is right. I got this. Is this right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I have 20,000 shares remaining. The value of 20,000 shares is 264,444.
मैम नॉमिनेटर हमने 15,000 शेयर्स लिया था ना
Sorry?
और डिनोमिनेटर हमने 15,000 शेयर्स लिया था ना फॉर द कैलकुलेशन ऑफ बैलेंस कैरिड डाउन के लिए मींस नंबर्स ऑफ शेयर्स वी टेकन 15,000 शेयर्स
Why 15?
We sold them, ma'am, 25,000 shares out of.
How many we had in total? Total this column, number of shares column, total this 25,000 plus 5,000, 30, 35, 45, no? Out of 45, we sold 25, matlab we had 20,000 shares remaining.
So we have 20,000 numbers of shares, right?
Yes, that's why we have calculated the value of 20,000 shares in the end, last word.
You're right.
What is the total of amount column? Tell me the total of amount column also. Let us finish this. I got two different answers. Please check. Please check again. Is 649,444 right? Because I got one more answer also. Oh, I want everybody to check. Is 649,444 right answer? Okay, done. 649,444. Done. Any questions in this? Any questions? I think we have so many working notes below. I mean, for all the calculations and all. But finally, did you all understand the concept what we are trying to do here? I want you all to answer that. Is the concept clear? You might have some shares purchased in the last years. Then you, in the current year, that will be your opening balance. Later, you might have purchased new shares in the current year. And then you will have some bonus, rights issue, everything. And dividend is also declared here in this question. And then you sold few shares. So when you're selling, obviously profit has to come. P&L statement also should be affected. This will be on 15/11. I didn't write date here. I'm writing it here. Just check for P&L account, it will be 15/11 because the transfer of this profit is done on the date of sale. So it should be on 15/11. Okay.
Ma'am, we not
Then
taken
balancing figure, profit is transferred after there is a sale, and then you any balancing figure should be taken to the next year. Here in this question also, the balancing figure and the cost will tally. You don't have any difference. I have calculated in the last working note, if you see 10th one, I have calculated the average cost. This 264,444 is matching to my balancing figure also. Why is it so? It is because cost is only taken, so it will match. But if you're taking market value, it will not match. In that case, like I told you, the difference should be taken to P&L statement if market value is taken. But in this question, they clearly told it is average cost. So I've taken average cost as my balancing figure. Yes.
Ma'am, can you see the working note for the number 10th? Working note number 10.
8 is nothing, just the sale value I have taken, calculated.
Ma'am, above we calculated the total 460, right, ma'am? Then we divide by the remaining numbers of shares, which is 20,000, right, ma'am?
Yes.
Then we multiple by them 25,000. Sorry,
If you
20,000.
multiply the multiplication, what you are doing is what makes the difference. The average is anyway the same. If you are multiplying it with 25,000 shares, you know what is the cost of these shares that you sold. If you are doing it with 20, then you know what is the cost of the shares that are left with you in the closing investments.
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am. 264,444, how do we determine? Means from this formula for average cost of closing investment.
We did average cost, no?
How do you get?
How to?
Hello, ma'am.
How do you get this figure, which is 2,64,344?
The calculation is written here. No, I have done the calculation. Can you see? Into 20,000.
Actually, I'm taking the total of above, which is the 375 plus 80 plus 150, then deduct 10. Then we divide by this, but my answer is not matching, ma'am. Means we taken the 20,000 and then we into the 20,000. Then we got it a 460, ma'am. 4,60,000.
No, you try again. Maybe you have done the calculation wrong, but it will match. See, I have taken the same number. No, I have taken it from the table only. I didn't get these numbers from somewhere. It will match. Just check again. Do the numbers properly and check again.
No, ma'am. You given this, I already be calculating to same measurement, but I'm not getting to this 2,64,000.
Others also did not get this value 264.
I'm getting, ma'am, 5,95,000.
No, if it is a problem of one person, then I think it is not the problem of the answer. Others, what about others? 264.
No, 264 is the right answer. Like 264.
Everybody got 264. If nobody got it, then I think we went wrong somewhere.
Ma'am, ask him if he has got the 9th one correct. If it has got the 9th one correct, only the multiplication will be the difference. Instead of 25, it should be 20.
That's why I'm saying you try it again. You try to redo it, and then I think you will get it.
Okay, ma'am.
Just redo.
Ma'am?
Yeah?
Ma'am, why don't we show the sale of rights in the credit side of the investment?
Why don't we?
Ma'am? Why don't we show the sale of rights issue in the credit side of the investment?
The sale of rights. Okay, why are we showing that 10,000 only in the P&L is what you're asking?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Why don't we show the whole?
It is not an investment. Okay, let me finish. So it is not an investment, no? Did you actually buy those shares? Did you buy those?
No, ma'am.
Where is the rights issue here? if you see,
Mm.
you had a right of 15,000 shares, but you didn't buy 15,000 shares. You only bought how many shares? 10,000 shares. Remaining 5,000 shares you didn't buy at all. If you have bought, then what will happen? They will come into investment account. Then you sold, then you can take in the investment account on the credit side. If you didn't even buy only, it can't come to investment. Got my point?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am.
Ma'am, I answer got it 2,64,4 because I am taking the numbers of shares 20,000 equally in denominator and in multiplication. So
Okay.
now we taken 45,000. So we
Okay.
multiply. The answer is correct.
Any other questions, anyone, in this problem or whatever
Ma'am,
investment?
in what circumstances we can adjust the dividend against the cost of investment?
Mostly this in this question, why this happened is because here, where is the question? If you see the question here, we have purchased this 26 2011 ka shares, no? Dividends for the year on 30, these dividends are for which year? 31st March 2011, correct? And when did you make this purchase? After the dividends
Yes,
were
ma'am.
almost declared. Is that clear? So when you are actually
Yes.
holding, by the date of 31st March, you were only holding 25,000 shares. But then later, whatever you have purchased, for that also you got a dividend. That is why you're trying to adjust it with the cost of purchase. Because you made the purchase after the dividends were declared, right? So that dividend, whatever you received,
Okay, we purchased the investment with accrued dividend, right? That's the reason
yes,
why we are
yes, you have
adjusting.
adjusted to the cost, correct? Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Ma'am, in dividend, like in this company, they didn't pay dividend. Is it, ma'am, for
On
bonus and
bonus
the
and
rest?
rights issue, right?
But other companies and all will pay, no, ma'am? They,
Mostly no, 90% no, because I told you the reason also, no? Because anyway, bonus is for free and rights issue you're giving at a discounted price. Why should I give a dividend to you again? It's like more cost to the company, no? So people don't prefer to pay any dividend on bonus and rights issue. 99% no.
that means,
Very few companies pay, on bonus and rights also.
okay. But that means for the shareholder, it is like voting power they may get, and also at the time of selling, they will get the profit. Is like
Yes,
that, ma'am?
yes, yes. Because the cost is zero, and then when you sell, you are actually getting the sale value. No? That's the
But
benefit you get rather than
yes,
dividend.
yeah. But for the
If
right
in the
issue,
question, if it is specifically mentioned that on, I mean, bonus and rights issue also dividend is paid, only then you take it. If nothing is mentioned, also prefer not to take dividend on bonus and rights issue. Okay,
but
prefer not to take.
in general, a right issue means like we pay the price, but at the lower price we
Lower
pay.
price, discounted
But,
price. If the
yes,
market
but
value is
still we
20,
pay.
you can buy it at maybe 12, 13, very lower price than the market.
Okay, because of
That's the
that,
benefit you get, no?
yes, that benefit we get. Like after while selling the bonus or the right issue to another person is purchasing it. So for him, the dividend will be paid by the company.
For can you repeat the question?
Like I got a bonus share or a right issue share. After some period of time, I wanted to sell it to some other person. So I'm
You
selling
want
it
to
to some.
sell it to some other person, the
Yes, I'm
shares.
selling it. Yes, I'm selling the
Okay.
bonus shares to another person. Where
Okay.
I didn't get any cost of purchasing it, but I selling it at the market value, so get
Hmm.
the profit. I am satisfied. But another person is purchasing the bonus shares
For
will
him,
have
he
a
will
right
get,
to.
yeah, he will get dividend. Yes.
He will get
For him, it
dividend.
is a general purchase, no? For
Okay.
you, on bonus shares, the dividend is generally declared on a particular date, right? So you people see, did I issue any bonus till date or not? And then company sees for the record dates and all that, and then they declare that only on these shares bonus is issued on, sorry, dividend is issued and all. But when you sell it to someone, it is a purchase for them, no? Not a bonus, no?
Okay. Thank you.
Ma'am, hello, I'm audible, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, can you provide the depreciation flow chart in the link which you told ma'am in previous lecture?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yes.
Okay.
We have few more questions in the investment chapter, which has like different adjustments also. Let us also do those and
After
then
the completion, you will send them, ma'am.
yeah, sure.
Ma'am, why we not taken the 20 dividend numbers of shares in the calculation of numbers of shares? Why we not taken? It's
Where are we not taking?
48,000 numbers of share we taken, ma'am. But why we not taken the 5,000 which are dividend for the calculation of dividend? Means 5,000 shares for the we calculate the dividend, ma'am, on that numbers of shares.
I didn't get your question at all.
Okay, I will take, ma'am, after the break.
Okay. Take a break. Yeah.
मैम व्हाट्सएप लिंक और टेलीग्राम लिंक मिल सकता है क्या?
I didn't get you.
व्हाट्सएप लिंक और टेलीग्राम लिंक.
That I'm not sure. Sorry. I think you have to check with some technical team or other person. I'm not sure about the WhatsApp. Okay, take a break and come back fast. We'll do the remaining questions also in the investment chapter and close this investments today. Okay. Technical team, we're taking a break. Shall we start? Are you all back? So I told I'll not do I'll not do the eighth one. Look at the eighth question once. It's almost same. You will have an opening balance of equity shares. Then you have a purchase that is made in between. Later equity bonus was there. Then you have a rights issue. And rights issue entitlement was sold for someone else. You just have to prepare the investment account. This is also the similar kind of a question. In this, you don't have dividends also. And the sale also is not there. That's why I didn't do this question. I did ninth one because that covers all of them. It covers dividend and sale also. I covered that question so that you can do this. So will you try this? Yeah.
Ma'am, why the dividend is only for the current year purchase?
Why dividend is?
Why dividend is only for the current year purchase of shares? The illustration 9.
See, on the date of issue, how many number of shares you are holding, on that only you will get your dividend. No? It will be not mostly given on bonus and rights issue. Because
Okay, ma'am, but for the previous years that brought forward issues?
Previous year's matlab? Last year ka?
Yeah.
This is the balance, no? That's why we have calculated on 25,000, na? Dividend is calculated on entire 25,000 shares, no? We calculated on 25,000 shares also, the dividend. We have taken it to P&L statement also.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah. No, ma'am, that 25,000 shares is that comes comes for 50,000 dividend received. That we didn't show. That we didn't show in the investment.
That will go to P&L statement, no? That is an income to you. That is an income to you which has to go to your P&L statement. We have shown in P&L statement, na?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we've shown. So eighth one you can try. It is very simple. This you can try. Now look at this ninth one. Ninth question here. Mr. X acquires 200 shares of a company on come right basis, okay, for 70,000. He subsequently receives an offer of right to acquire fresh shares in the company in the proportion of 1:1 at 101. So what happened here? You have purchased 200 shares. These 200 shares you have purchased come right, which means after the purchase, you will have a right to purchase the rights issue shares. And the rights issue proportion was 1:1, which means if you're holding one share, you get one more share. So for 200 shares you can get 200 more shares, which you can purchase for 107. And these 200 shares you have purchased for how much? 70,000. Please unmute yourself, everybody. It will create disturbance to others, so I want everybody to unmute. Sorry, mute. Now, he does not subscribe but sells all the rights for 12,000, which means he's not buying this. He's not buying these 200 shares, but he sold that right to someone else for 12,000 rupees. Okay. The market value of the shares after they're becoming X right has also gone down to 60,000. So what should be the accounting treatment in this case is what they're asking. So before the rights issue, the come right may you sold it for 70. Come right ka shares. After the X right, what happened? The value came down to 60,000. So what should be the accounting treatment now is what they're asking, right? This 12,000 is an income to you. Everybody agrees to it. 12,000 is an income to you. Where should you send this 12,000? We did when we were doing the last question, we did this also. Where should this 12,000 go? 12,000 should go to P&L statement. Everybody agrees to it? Okay. Right. Now, I have a loss here. Can I see that loss? What is the loss here? I purchased for 70,000. The cost was 70,000 to me. And now the value has come down to 60,000, which means I have a loss of 10,000. Will everybody agree that there is a loss of 10,000? Yes? Okay. Now this loss have to be adjusted with this 12,000. Now you have a 12,000 which is going to P&L statement. And you also have a loss of 10,000. So adjust these two and only send the remaining difference of 2,000 to P&L statement. Is this clear? Is this clear? You have a profit of 12,000 coming because of the sale of right. And then later you had a loss because of that come right basis and X right basis. And you came down. Excuse me. So that 10,000 loss, whatever you have, you adjust with 12,000 and only the remaining 2,000 you are sending it to the P&L statement. I hope I'm clear.
Ma'am, could you explain what is come right basis again? Meaning of it?
We discussed what is come right, X right, and all before in the previous class. I discussed. I mean,
could you
I
just
remember
give an overview?
When you're buying a particular share, if it is told that it is come right means after you have purchased these shares, suppose I purchased 100. So after the purchase, when rights issue is declared, they told rights issue is declared. Now you have a right to buy this. Okay, you have a right to buy this. Suppose they told 1:2. So you have a right to buy this at 1:2 ratio at whatever date they have declared and whatever price they have declared. You have a right. So this 100 shares, whatever you have purchased, suppose I purchased this for some 20 rupees, let us suppose. So this 20 rupees is including the right also. It is not only the 20 rupees you are paying is not only for the price of the share. It is also the price for the right as well. Okay. If you have to go to the market and ask someone, I want this right. In the example previously, if you remember, the Sundar was selling that right to Shaker for 2 rupees, if you remember. Remember that? He sold only the right for 2 rupees, right? So that right of 2 rupees also was included here in this 20 sale price that you have. That is why it is called come right ka share, which means it includes the price of the right also. The portion of right also is included. If it is interest means interest, come interest, X interest, like that. Come interest means what? Now this is come right. Come interest means what? Interest, whatever is accrued till date. That also is included in the value. This we will do in the next question, come interest and X interest. But for now, you understand what is come right and X right. Right? Now look at this chart. I'm going back to the chart. I think just we didn't cover. So this part you see now. This part you see now. What did they say? If the investments acquired on come right basis, the market value of investments immediately after their X right is lower than the cost for which they were acquired, their sale proceeds till the carrying amount becomes equal to the market value. After reading this, it might be like little difficult. What are we doing? All these things. But relate this with the example that we have done here. What did we do here? Come right way we purchased for 70,000. After the rights, what happened? The price came down to 60,000. So this difference, whatever you have, you are trying to adjust to your P&L statement, right? Same thing they are saying here also. Same thing is told here. That's why I did not explain this to you before. I wanted to take this example first and then tell you what it is. So when you have purchased for come right, and then later when it became X right, the value has come down, then you will try to see whatever is the loss that you have and adjust that loss also. Okay?
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, so basically come right is the before right shares and X right is after the right share.
After the right shares, yes. After the right shares, the value now is only 60,000. It will
Okay.
come down because few people will. I can't say it will always come down, but few people will exercise the option. Few people will not exercise the option. Few people will sell the right to someone. So ups and downs happen. No, accordingly the price will increase sometimes. Sometimes it will decrease. If it is decreasing, then you have to record that decrease into your P&L statement.
And where the 70,000 will be shown?
That's already your cost, no? 70,000 is already your cost. You purchased for 70. Yes or no?
Okay. Yeah, that's 70,000.
70,000 is already your cost, but that cost is coming down by 10 more thousand. It has to be only 60. So you're reducing that 10,000 in the form of P&L statement.
So 70,000 becomes the carrying amount, no?
Cost. Now your carrying amount will be only 60, no? Because we brought down the value by 10,000, no?
Okay, fine.
And if you look at this 10th one, this is also almost same. 15,000 equity shares are already existing with you. Then you had a purchase in between. Then you had bonus. Then you had rights issue, and then dividend is declared. You just have to prepare the investment account with some rights being sold and some shareholding being sold at a brokerage and all. Everything is the same. Almost the questions are repeated. So I want you all to try this also because this is something I wanted to do. I'll do the 11th one. This is
Ma'am, just a question. This is Lohit here. Ma'am, if you could show us the investment account for ninth question, like just because ninth one investment account we purchase for 70,000, balance figure will be 60,000. What happens to that 10,000?
70,000 is your value, the cost that you had, correct?
Yes.
You will send it to P&L statement 10,000. So what is the final balancing figure you have? 60,000, no? You're going to carry it at 60,000 only.
Okay, we'll send it to
12,000 will anyway not come to investment account. No, this is investment account, but it will not come to investment account. No.
Yes. Ma'am, will this be the same case if it is non-current investment also?
Non-current investment. You mean long-term investment?
Yeah, long-term investment.
It will be the same.
Okay.
It will be the same.
Ma'am?
Yes.
In the 10th question, the right issue is kind of confusing. So could you please explain it?
Which one? This 10th one?
Yeah, 10th one.
Why it is confusing? They told
Because
one rights issue at 6. So this is 1:6, no? And
Yeah.
they told 20% premium. We did this kind of question. The last question was the same, no? When they told 20% premium means nominal value.
20% premium.
Nominal
Ma'am,
value is
20.
10.
Okay, so it will be applied on the face value, no?
Yeah. That will not change. When something is at premium or discount, it will be on nominal value only. We did now last question. We took 10 and we added 5% premium there in the last question.
Okay, fine.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
मैम आई हैव टोल्ड यू कि मेरा डाउट था.
That we'll discuss in the end, please. Okay? Since it is your question, we'll take it in the end. Okay? Because this is something different. Question. I wanted to try this 11th one. Otherwise, this will confuse you again. So I wanted to do this 11th. Yeah.
Ma'am, while dealing with come right shares, like if suppose we are buying the shares in specific company and we got come right shares, and it simply mean that we are in future we're gonna get right shares we can purchase in that company, right?
Yes. Because there will
ma'am,
be a record date.
like later.
Tell me.
Ma'am, later if a price falls to X, right, that loss we should post in a P&L, right?
Which loss you're talking
ma'am,
about?
am I correct?
I mean, which loss?
The price falls to the loss, earlier we bought come right price, right? But now the price has fallen to X, right? That loss we need to post in a P&L, right?
Yeah, we did that only, in the example that we just have done. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Now look at this question. The following is the information presented by Mr. Z, a stockbroker, relating to his holding in 9% central government bonds. Right. The opening balance is 1,20,000 nominal value, and this was purchased for 1,18,000, which is the cost. And they also told you the nominal value of each bond. This is not share, this is bond. Each bond is 100 rupees. This is the opening balance that we have. Now, later on 1st March, we have purchased 200 units, which is X interest at 98, and 17 we sold 500 units X interest out of the original holding. Okay, which means this sale was from which lot? It was from this lot, the original holding, not the purchase that we have made later. Next was again a purchase of 150 units. Next was sale again from original lot, which means this lot only, not the purchase of 200 or 150 units. They clearly mentioned that this was from this lot, then that particular cost only have to be taken. You can, I told you also, sometimes they will tell you FIFO, which means what was purchased first will be sold first. If they told average, then you will mix all of them, calculate average and calculate. But here they told original holding, which means you have to pick the cost from here. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Okay. Now, interest dates are also given to you. Interest is paid twice, 30th September and 31st March. Mr. Z closes his books every 31st December. They're asking you to show the investment account as it would appear in his books of accounts, follows FIFO method. If he did not mention this, I told you that he will mention, someone was asking which method to do. They will mostly mention FIFO or a weighted average cost method and all. If this FIFO was not mentioned in this question also, we will still pick it from here only. Why? Because they told original holdings. If that was not mentioned, then this FIFO will make sense, but they already mentioned twice, so it is like more clear that you will only have to pick it from this lot only. Okay. I am adding this column of interest here just because this is relating to bonds. I'm adding this column of interest. Okay. We need to know what is the accrued interest. Is my video stuck? I got some technical team. Is it fine? No, I'm clear, right? My voice is clear. Okay.
Ma'am, here we take in the principal as a cost, no, ma'am, for the investment.
Yes. It's almost a cost only, but I'm writing principal because we are going to show interest and principal amount separate. You can write amount also, not an issue. So what is the first one that we have? The opening balance that we have, it will be on 1st January 2011. They told nominal value is 1,20,000 and the cost is 1,18,000. Right? Now, we have done similar kind of question where we calculated the accrued interest. Can anyone tell me what will be the accrued interest? What should be this value, interest shown here? Anyone? What should be the, we have calculated similar kind of question. That's why I'm asking you. Can you try? Give a try. What will be the interest? Waiting for the answers in the chat box. Just give a try. It's okay. What if it is right or wrong? Calculate. Okay. Few of you have given right answer. How 2,700? Most of you told 2,700, but can someone explain how 2,700? Yes, Aditi, tell me.
Ma'am, because we have an opening balance of 1,20,000, so like we have a 9% holding of the central bonds, which is on the 1st of January. So 1,20,000 into 9%, and also it has given further information that on 1st of March they purchased some 200 units, but from 1st of January to 1st of March there is a three no like three, we have been calculated it for 3 months.
Why 3 months is my question. Okay, you told me 1,20,000 into 9%. Why did we get 9%? It is because they told it is 9% central government bonds, so it is fair. But how did we get 3 months? That clarity should be.
May I answer, Lohit here?
Yeah.
Because we are getting dividends for on two particular dates, that is on September and the end of September and the end of March.
31st March. Okay.
So October, November, December is 3 months that we have not
3 months.
got.
Okay. Very good. Yes. So last, interest that was paid was 30th September. From the last interest that was paid till today, what is today's date? 1st January, right? So till today, it is how many months? It is October, November, and December, 3 months. So we are going to calculate the accrued interest for that 3 months. So it will be for 3 by 12. How much is this? So is this 2,700? Because most of you gave 2,700. I'm thinking this is right. Is this 2,700? Okay. I hope everybody is clear how we got this 2,700 interest. It is the interest accrued for 3 months. And how 3 months? It is nothing. Okay, I'll mention here also. This will be October, November, and December. The last interest that is paid and till the date. Okay? Right. Now, what is the next one? Next, we have a purchase. Purchase is on 1st March 2011, which is for 200 units. $200 units, and this will be nominal value of 20,000. Was they told 100 each? And we have purchased it for how much? 98. Can you see that? So what will be the price? What is the interest accrued? Can someone tell me this also? I wrote it till here. Because it is same till
Or
June.
issue the investment.
Into how many months? Into how many months?
1 month only, ma'am.
No.
3 months, ma'am.
You're giving me all permutations and combinations. No.
Ma'am, 5 months.
Yes, right. 5 months. Correct. How did we get 5 months? It is because you'll have to take it from October to February. When was this purchase made? 1st March 2011. So till this date, from the last interest that is paid till this date, you will have to calculate the accrued interest. So it will be 5 months. Everybody agree to this? What is the value? 750. Okay. So this is 750 and this is 19,600. Done? It is not 2 months. It is not 2 months or 3 months. It should be from the date last. When was the last date of interest that is paid? September, 30th September, right? So after that, we didn't pay any interest. So October, November, December, January, and February, 5 months have to be taken. Why didn't we take March? It is because you have purchased it on 1st March. So how can you take March? So that's why I didn't take March. Clear, everyone? This accrued interest is very important because you will miss it because of the months only. So that's why I'm asking again. Yeah, someone was asking.
Ma'am, it is written X interest over there in the question.
X interest, that's why we have taken, na? We have come interest also, then we'll see how it works. Let me finish the question. Don't worry about that. Let me finish this question. You will understand X interest and come interest difference now in this. Okay. Next one was sale. 1st March purchase is done. Next one is sale, which is on 1st July. But in between something happened. Between the 1st March ka purchase and 1st July ka sale, did something happen or nothing happened? You have to be very conscious about the question also, the dates. Is something there in between these two dates?
Interest received.
Yes, right. Very good. So that is on 31st March. They told every 6 months we are getting interest, no? So I have to take the interest here.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, for the opening balance, the interest we have calculated from October to December. And for the March 31st that we have purchased 200 units. For that, don't we have to calculate from January to March?
January to March is also included here, no?
Yeah, January to March, ma'am. 3
January
months.
to February
Doesn't
is
it work
included.
like that way?
Huh?
Doesn't it work like that way? 3 months, January, February, March. Because till December 31st that we have taken, that we have charged interest for the opening balance. So after opening balance, purchase 200 units on 31st
These 200
March.
units were not included in opening balance, no? Were they included in opening balance? No, no. So when
No,
you
ma'am.
calculated this 3 months ka interest, these 200 shares were not there. These 200 shares are like extra after the opening balance was calculated. So when you made a purchase today, you will have to check from last interest rate till today. That is for sure, no?
Yeah, ma'am. That is what the last interest the month wasn't it December?
No, they told only every September and March. It is clearly given in the question. No, every September and March only. This will not change, no? Interest dates will not change. They told every interests are paid on every September and 31st March. 30th September, 31st March. So last was
Okay,
30th
ma'am.
September only, no?
Okay, then for interest we have to calculate from October to March.
Yes, not March,
Okay.
till February. March we are not considering because it is 1st March.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
I have a doubt, ma'am. There, we are purchasing in 1st March, no, ma'am. Means that time only the bonds is coming to us. But why we should calculate before interest before that, ma'am?
Okay. That X interest, come interest, I'll clarify in the end. Don't worry for now.
Okay.
Now, what is this interest? 9% is the interest into 6 by 12. I have taken 1,20,000 and 20. How did I get 1,20,000 and 20? 1,20,000 was my opening balance, 20,000 was my purchase. So I've taken both of them together. And this is how much? 6,300. Okay. Let me finish the question, then I think you'll have more clarity. Don't worry. This interest I have taken in the interest column. Did you notice that I didn't take it in the principal column? I have taken it in the interest column because that will be the interest which has to go to P&L statement. Is it done? Shall we move on? Okay. So now it is 1st July. 1st July, there is a sale. So I have to take that sale 1st July. Let us see what is the sale proceeds and all those things. We have sold it for 500 units were sold for 100. So 500 into 100. This is the sale value. Agreed, everyone? Now, what is the interest accrued on this? Calculate the interest accrued on this. For how many months are we doing this? Anyone? For how many months are we doing this?
3 months. 3 months.
Okay, how 3? Tell me that also. Because so many months are there, no?
April, May, June.
Okay, good. Now you all are clear then. I'll write it here. April, May, and June. Why April, May, and June? Because in the month of March, 31st March, you received interest, right? So after that last date of payment, when did we make a sale? We made it on 1st July, right? So it is April, May, and June. Only 3 months ka interest will be accrued. How much is this? 1125. Is it everyone here? 11. Now on this you have to you have to also calculate the profit, no? You have to calculate cost for it. What is the cost of the total bonds that we have invested? What is the cost of the bonds that we have invested? Anyone? 1,18,000. Can you see that? It is 1,18,000. It is not 140. It is not 140. Why? Why am I not taking 140? Why am I taking only 1,18,000? I'll go back to the table. Should I take only this or both together? Only opening balance. I say it is only opening balance. 2 reasons. One reason was they told it is FIFO, and the other reason was they told it is from the original holding. The sale was made from the original holding. So it has to be from this lot only. It can't be from the next purchase. So I am going to take only 1,18,000. So 1,18,000 is the average cost for 1,20,000 shares. Agreed? Or 1,200 shares. Yeah. The nominal value is 120, or if you are taking it in number, then it is 1,200. And you have to calculate this for 500. What is the value?
500.
I mean, total cost, total value. 4,916. Is it 165 or 167? I got 2 different answers.
4,919. You're right.
Just 6, 7. Okay.
Ma'am, how this 1200 came?
How many shares we had earlier? Bonds, number of bonds. This one, this is 1200 only, no? Cost is this is 1200. So I just have divided to see what is the price.
Like 120 divided by 118.
What 120 divided by 180? What is the total cost here? 1,18,000, no?
Yeah.
And how many number of bonds you have purchased? Only 1200, now. Nominal value is 1,20,000. But what are the number of bonds you have? Units you have? 1200, no?
Okay, in units.
Yeah, this is in units. I have taken here in units. And how many units are you selling? 500 units you're selling, no? So I have multiplied this with 500. Profit or loss? Profit 833. Okay.
Ma'am, we lost interest over here, right? 3 months interest.
Sorry?
We lost 3 months of interest also, right?
That we will adjust it in the end, no? In the end, we will adjust, no? Interest column is separately there. That's why we have interest column separately. Here we have interest column. Here we have interest column. One is like accrued interest. The other one is like accrued interest that you receive. And the accrued interest that is not part of yours. So finally, that will be adjusted in your P&L statement.
Got it.
This is on 1/7/2011. Right? Sale is done. After this, we have one more purchase also on 1st October. Before 1st October, do we have anything else? We have to check that also. Do we have anything else before 1st October?
Ma'am, interest.
Interest. 6 months ka interest also we have to receive, which is on 30th September 2011. Calculate the interest for 6 months. Please mute yourself. It's creating some noise. How did you calculate? I got so many different answers. I don't know. How did you all calculate this interest? How many shares do we have right now? How many shares? How many number of units you have right now? Look at the table here. You have already 1200 units. Then you purchased 200 units. So it is total 1400 units. How many did you sell? 500. So how many you have? Only 900, right? Or you can take it in nominal value also. Anything is fine. Both will give you the same answer. 1200 plus 200 minus 500, which is sold. So 900 units. So, right? 900 into 100 rupees is the nominal value, into 9% is the interest rate, into 6 by 12. We are going to calculate it for 6 months. So how much is this? 4050. Is that right, everyone? Okay.
Madam, how this 6 months is coming? From September you already paid, so from October onwards to March, this interest.
Yes, right. Every 6 months it is being paid, no? So only for 6 months you will calculate. Now this 6 months is from, I think we are calculating for this, September. So it will be from April to September.
Okay.
Done. Next one is purchase. So let us go back to the purchase. This value will be 150 into 90. Calculate this value, no? In 700. Okay. Please be a little faster. So let us come to this. I got 150 units and I have paid an amount of 14,700. I am not going to write the list here. Now please see the difference here. This is on which date? The purchase was on 1st October 2011. Okay. Now I want everybody to listen. If you're writing, you can write it later. Just to listen to me once. So whatever questions you had till now, mostly it will be cleared. Listen here. This purchase, which was on 1st March, was for X interest 98, right? And the purchase that we have made on 1st October, this purchase is cum interest, which is for 98. Now, I didn't write interest in this column. This was cum interest. This was cum interest, and I didn't write interest here. But when I purchased with X interest, I wrote 750 interest here. So what happens generally is when it is cum interest means you paid how much? 98, right? For purchasing this. This includes the interest component also. When they say cum interest means interest components also included in this 98. So interest will not be shown extra again here. But when they say X interest means in that 98, no interest was added. Interest was not added in it, right? So you will have a right to receive interest later. In here, what will happen in the cum interest interest is not separately taken because whenever the interest is actually paid, you will receive the entire interest. But here, when it is X interest, what will happen? Whenever the interest is paid, you will not have right to take the entire interest. You will only have the right to take the interest for the period that you are holding. Now, look here once again. Look here. How much is the interest that we have paid? 6,300. Can you see that? 6 months interest that is paid? Please keep responding, otherwise I will not know whether you're understanding or
Yes, ma'am.
not. This is a little
Yes,
tricky,
ma'am.
so keep listening. 6,300 was the interest that was paid for 6 months. Everybody agree to this, right? Now, I have 2,700 here on the debit side. And I also have 750 on the debit side till the date. Till the date interest was received. These two are not my interest. That is why this is credited and these are debited. To see net interest only whatever I will receive. Are we clear? So entire interest is not your right. You have a right only on the
Net figure will be.
Yes, net figure will be the interest that you have a right on. That's why it is called X interest price. But when I say cum interest, I'm not going to write anything here, which means suppose after 6 months, if I receive an interest of 6,000, entire 6,000 will be the right that I will receive as an interest because there is no debit figure. So entire 6,000 will be my right. Are we clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure, everyone. That is cum interest and X interest. Now, I think most of you have the clarity about how cum interest and X interest works. Still any questions on this X interest and cum interest? This is nil. Now you have a clarity, correct? Okay, let us move on. So this purchase is done. What else we have? We have a sale also. Before sale, do we have anything else? We don't have anything else, no? So it is just the sale on 1st November. 1st November 2011, we have buy bank, sale. How much is the sale value? 300 units were sold for 99. It's 29,700. Okay. Let us also calculate the cost and profit together. How much is the cost? 1,18,000 divided by 1,200 units into 300. How much is the cost? Calculate the cost, no? This is the cost 29,500. Very small difference, sir. It is profit only. 400. Agreed, everyone? This is clear. Sale value is 29,700 and the cost is 29,500. How did I calculate this? Same way how I have calculated the before one. It is because, again, two reasons. Because one, they told original holding and other one is FIFO. So I'm taking it from the 1,18,000 cost only. The profit is 200, sale value is 29,700. Sale value is 29,700. And how many we sold? Nominal value is 30,000. Calculate the interest accrued also on that. No, I didn't do that. Please do it. Funded on 2011. How much is the interest accrued? Please calculate that.
$225.
Okay. Is that right? Everybody have done it correctly only? By now you must have been having a clarity of this interest accrued. I'm assuming you all are right. 300 units into 100 into 9%. And how many months did you take interest accrued for?
1 month.
Only 1 month? Why?
6 months, ma'am.
Oh my God, so many different answers. Is it 1, 6 or what? When was the last interest declared? I want that. When was the last interest declared? September, 30th September. And when are you making the sale? When are you making the sale?
1 November.
November.
Ma'am, 1 month.
1 month only? Okay. Okay, that's fine. 1 by 12. 1. Okay. Yeah.
225 now.
225. Okay. That is right then, correct. Yeah. Anything else we have? Sale ka profit also we have recorded. Sale ka interest we have recorded and sale value also we have recorded. And when are we closing our books? 31st December. So you don't have to write interest again. No interest will be received again in between. So there's no interest again. Only the balancing figure have to be written. So let us write the balancing figure also. This will be on 31st December 2011. Okay.
For nominal value, 1,55,000 is total of debit.
Balancing
And
figure?
minus, no, ma'am. Total of debit side of the
Oh,
investment.
no. Let us do the balancing figure first. That we
So
need.
1,05,000, ma'am, as a balancing figure.
Okay. So how did you take? I mean, you have taken the cost directly and have done that. Did you take the interest element also? You have to take the interest element as well, no?
No, ma'am, I'm not taking. I'm directly
Okay, let me do this work. Yeah, let me do the work. Each working note. Opening balance May. What is the cost that is remaining? 1,18,000 was the total cost. Initially, we sold how much cost ka value? How much we sold? We had a sale twice. 49,167 was once sold, correct? 49,167 was sold once. Later, the second sale was 29,500. Agreed, everyone? Out of the opening balance cost, I'm calculating the cost here. Opening balance का cost में we had 1,18,000. In that 1,18,000, first sale was for 49,167 and second sale was for 29,500. So what is the balancing figure we have in the opening balance?
39,333.
This is clear, everyone? Then we made a purchase on 1st March. What is the cost of the 1st March? Tell me, no? You have the table with you. I can't go up and down again. Tell me the value. 19,600, okay. And the second purchase was on 1st October or 1st November, something, I think. What was that value? 14,700, okay. So what is the total value? $7,3,633. Will everyone agree to this? Will everyone get this value?
Ma'am, opening we how we came to 39,333.
What was the total cost in the opening balance? In your account, how much did you write? 1,18,000?
1,18,000.
You had 2 times sale. Yes or no? First sale was here. What was the cost of the sale? 49,167. And when did you make the second sale? Here. And what was the cost? 29,500. So I removed both of them. Mute yourself. Mute yourself, please. Now let me also calculate the interest accrued. Interest accrued should be on how many number of shares? How many shares are left? Let us also do that, I think. Opening May we had 1,200. 1,200 से how many we sold? First initial sale was for how many shares? 200, 500 and 300. So out of 1,200 we sold 500 and 300. So 800 were sold, no? So 400 are left. Agreed? So nominal value is 40,000. And the first purchase was for 200 units. So nominal value will be 20,000. And second purchase was for 150. So this will be 15,000. How many shares are totally there then? 4, 600 and 750. Okay. This value is 60 and 75,000. So 750 units into 100 each into 9%. Into how many months? Interest accrued have to be calculated for how many months now? Are you all there?
3 months.
Last 5 minutes, we'll finish. How many months? Interest accrued? 3 months. How 3 months? It is because last interest was paid on 30th September, October, November, and December. We are closing our books of accounts on 31st December. So for 3 months, we are calculating interest accrued. How much it is? 1,688. Okay. So interest accrued will be 1,688. And this value will be, I think we got some 7. Tell me this value, no? The balancing figure we got.
73,633.
Okay. Done? Check the balancing figure. Is it all matching? If I think interest column will not match. Others should match. Check the balancing figure. Interest column, I don't think it will match. Nominal value should match. And principal column also should match. Is it matching? So you have a difference on the interest column. How much is the difference on interest column? 99,382. On 31st December 2011. So what is happening in interest column? You will have to receive some interest. It will go to credit side. You have to you had an accrual of some interest. It will be on the debit side. Net figure will be transferred to your P&L statement. Something that is received, something that will be received. All that are considered in the interest column. Are we clear with this cum interest? X interest, cum interest, and all that, everybody? This is the same question, the 12th one. It's the same question. They gave you the opening balance. They gave a purchase here. They gave a sale here. Again a purchase. Again a sale. So this you can try. Okay. I want you to try this question and also the remaining two questions. These 13 and 14 are also similar. 15 also. If you remember, we have done this gold and silver ka question. Same question. Same as I think illustration some 3 or 4. This is also the conversion ka. Long term to short term to long term conversion ka. This also we had a similar question. So try this also. And in 13 question, you will have opening balance, you will have bonus, rights issue, everything is the same. All questions are repeated. Something that is unique, I have done it already. Remaining all questions are similar questions only. So I want you all to try all those. Okay?
मैम एक लास्ट कैलकुलेशन का स्क्रीनशॉट ले लें
Ma'am, for the November month that you sold 300 units, ma'am. So for that interest calculation, how come 1 month, ma'am? It's November and December.
Now it is November 1st month. 30th September is the last interest paid, no?
Yeah, ma'am. 2 months only.
So only October is there in between, no? Yes or no?
I don't understand.
October was there in between. It is 1st November now.
It's 1st November from that. Okay, ma'am.
It is 1st November. So what is the months in between?
Yeah.
Only October.
Yeah, okay. For sale, we have to calculate that. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
एक मैम लास्ट वर्किंग नोट्स दिखाना
Working notes are fine. You will talk about disclosures. Let me finish this with disclosures.
Thank you.
Okay, now look at the disclosures once. Very simple disclosures, not like too much that we have in PPE. The first one is accounting policies, which means what are the policies you have adopted? Like, are you following the cost or fair value, whichever is lower method? What accounting policies you have followed for carrying amount? That will be the first disclosure. Then in your P&L and income disclosures, you will have interest income, right? If it is a bond or if it is like a debentures, you will have interest. If those are shares, then you will have dividend income. Or if it is for rental purpose, you will have rental income. So what is the income that you have? That have to be disclosed. Later, disposal part. When you have disposed of some current assets or long-term investments, what is the carrying value you have or what is the disposal amount you have? All those have to be disclosed. In other disclosures, what you have is that we talked about the restrictions in PP, if you remember. Do you have any restrictions on the title of that property or plant and equipment? Same way, do you have any restrictions on the ownership of this investment? All such restrictions have to be talked about here. Then you will also talk about quoted and unquoted investments. I told you what are quoted and unquoted investments, right? So if those are quoted, then you have a proper channel. Market value will be easily identified. But if those are unquoted, how did you identify the market value or the fair value? All such things have to be disclosed. Then classification. Classification, we know, how did you classify it as current or long term? Or is it for more than 12 months or less than 12 months? That classification you will have to disclose. And any other disclosures that are required by law, these have to be disclosed by you. So main disclosures are about the income part, whatever you get, or what policies you have adopted, or what are the classifications that you have done, any restrictions, whether it is a quoted or unquoted investments. Very simple disclosures only in investments chapter. Now it's not like PP that you have too many things. Is that clear? That's the investment chapter. Now, one last thing I wanted to discuss. If you see this, what are reduced? This part we discussed. These two we have discussed. Now, if you look at these two, interest received pre-acquisition period and dividend received pre-acquisition period. If you look at the question we have done, see what happened to this amount. 2,700 and 750. What happened to that? I told you when 6,300 is paid, this is removed. 2,700 and 750 is removed. Only the net amount you get it in your hands. I told you that. Same thing they're mentioning here also. Right? Anything which is pre-acquisition, before you have acquired whatever interest, it's not your interest, no? Or before your acquisition, whatever dividend is there, that's not your dividend. So those have to be removed. That is why I didn't discuss this before, so that when we do a problem, you can relate it to them. That's why I wanted to discuss now. So this chapter, we had the scope, whatever is not applicable in the standard. Then we had definitions and we had classification, cost of investment, how the carrying amounts have to be there, reclassifications, and then disclosures. Very simple standard. Clear? Any more questions?
Ma'am, principal amount is any balancing figure?
Yes.
In investment, we have completed this.
Any investment?
Last PYQ we completed, no, ma'am. Now, in that, principal's total, credit total, and the debit total are not matched.
Why?
Which means there are any balancing figure.
No. It will match. Just check again. Others told me that it is matching. No, how will it not match only for you? Just check again. Okay. I'm doing one thing. In the chat box, I'm just giving you a whiteboard ka link. I want everybody to open that once and see if you are able to see this chart. Because most of you were asking about this chart. AS10 ka chart, I have written it in one whiteboard. I shared a link in the chat box. Can everybody see that link and open it once and see if you are able to see? Quickly do that, no? Let me know if it works, if that is opening up or not.
Ma'am, are you audible?
It's demanding for app to download it.
I think you should have that Microsoft whiteboard, yeah.
It is
I'm
visible.
using Microsoft whiteboard. I think few people can see. Few people are putting it in the chat box that it is visible. Otherwise, you can take a screenshot if you want, however you want. Whiteboard this, so you need that app for you to see this. If you don't have it, then I think you take a screenshot.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
That means in X interest, the interest will not be added while purchasing.
Yes, it is because the price that you paid. Suppose you paid 98 in that question. That 98 only is giving you a right for the entire interest. Okay. So you don't have to pay anything extra. The entire interest will be received by you whenever interest is paid. That is why it includes the price of X in that come interest. Whatever price 98 you are paying, it includes interest also in it.
Income interest.
Income interest. X interest it is not like that.
It
Whenever
is
it is paid, whatever is your portion of number of months, only that you have right. You don't have right for pre-acquisition. Before your acquisition, you don't have right.
Okay, ma'am. That means when I purchase, when I purchase a shares in a X interest, in X interest time, that means I get an interest that is not of mine.
Yeah, that's why we are writing accrued. And later when you're selling it or
when I receive that interest, I need to pay to the concerned person. Is it like that?
You don't pay it to anyone. You actually don't receive this, no? So it's like you're not paying it to anyone, no?
Okay.
Only the net amount is your amount. That's it.
Okay.
Ma'am, I think you can export the PDF into image. I just did
it's not. I tried that. It's not being converted into PDF. It's not coming properly. That's why I'm trying this.
I could do it and send it on chat, ma'am. I have sent it on the Telegram chat. It is done.
You did that?
Yeah.
You shared it with everybody?
Yeah, it's on
Okay.
on the chat.
Okay then, great. Okay, thank you. Anything else on investments?
Ma'am,
Very small chapter, but knowing how to record them is only important.
ma'am, in illustration, we not taken the 5,000 illustration number 9th of the investment. Ma'am, in that we total taken a 45,000 numbers of share, right, ma'am? For the
number.
So, ma'am, why we not taking the dividends for the calculation of dividends numbers of shares, which are 5,000?
Dividend we directly have sent it to P&L statement. No, that's why I didn't take dividend column separately. But if you want, you can add dividend column, but that will not go to investment account. It should go to P&L statement only. It cannot go to investment account. In this also, whatever interest column we have written, that will not be there in your investment account. It is just a column that we have written to show how much is going to P&L statement only. Interest, dividend, all this will not come in your investment accounts. They will go to P&L statement.
Means we calculate only for the purchase and sale transaction numbers of
and whatever profit on sale that you have.
Then we calculate the numbers of shares. Then we take in for that. Okay,
yes.
Understood.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, in the next class, are we going to discuss the remaining TYKs? Because if we are having any problems, so you can just solve our doubts.
But remaining questions are similar questions, ma'am. Exactly similar. Only numbers will change. I discussed all the unique questions, which are different. Rest all are similar. I can't even say it's like 1 or 2 adjustments are also there. Everything is same. So you can try them. Okay, you have questions we can anyway discuss, but then you can try them. They are easy only.
Okay, fine, ma'am.
Nothing else, then we can close. Yes, students, shall we close? Okay, yeah, we'll close for today. Thank you.